Hey everyone, we're back with a new episode of Rega, Shadow of the Dragon, which I'm really excited for. Before we get to that, a couple things I'd like to go over. First, thank you to everyone for showing up in force for Monday for the premiere of A Crumbling Foundation. I hope everyone enjoyed it. We really appreciate everyone showing up and coming out and hanging out for that. We're going to be back with a new episode on Monday, same time, 8 p.m. EST. Should be really good. Next, we'll be back after that on Tuesday with a new episode of Dice Trays Action at 8:30 p.m. EST. Also very exciting. But before we get to tonight's episode, which I said that already, I'm just really excited. I've missed this group and I've missed playing this game. We have a Discord. If you like these people, if you like me, if you like hanging out with fantastic, earnest, passionate people, whether it be world builders, game designers, or just people who like playing games, come join our Discord, hang out. We have a great growing community and we're always happy to have you. We have like pickup games that people are starting to put together. We're going to be having community events soon, which I should be talking about in the next week or two. We've got a whole bunch of stuff going on. We also cast out of there. So if you're interested in being on one of our shows, that's probably your best way of going about doing that. Like I said, you can see all these amazing people there too. Next, we have a Ko-Fi. If you like what we do and want to support us, go check out our Ko-Fi. We have memberships that scale, and at each level you get something else really cool, from naming rights for NPCs, places, things like that, all the way up to behind the scenes videos where you'll get access to, we do once a month for every show that we run, sit down and like talk back show, and we're actually going to be recording this month's episode tonight after the show, so that's really exciting. We also have all at the highest tier, once a month, one of those people will be picked and will be able to request a custom character built in whatever system you want, as long as someone in our team is familiar with the system. That will include artwork, which is really cool. So come talk to us, let us know, and support us. If you can't do that, that's okay too. There's a bunch of free stuff over on our Ko-Fi, free maps, updates on shows and games that we're currently working on. We're going to be hosting all of our Tales Tuesday stuff. If you've seen that over on Twitter, that's going to be starting up again this week. So you'll be able to see longer stories that you will be able to have a hand in over on there. It's also where you'll be able to get some of the cool stuff that some of our brilliant minds are working on behind the scenes right now, and we'll talk more about that in the coming weeks. With that, I think I've gone over everything, and if I haven't, I'm sure that the off-screen technical support will tell me during the break, and I'll include it when we get back real quick. But otherwise, it's time for me to shut up for at least a couple minutes and pass things over to our amazing DM, Jack Gogsbane.
Is that me? Am I the amazing DM? Is that what I am
are,
today?
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Welcome back to the Successor States of Rega. Actual play of the 5th edition of Dungeons and Dragons. We are in the Shadow of the Dragon story arc, our second story arc. And our heroes, some of whom still don't believe they are heroes, have just finished defeating a couple of Dragonborn and a number of kobold commandos. One of the Dragonborn was a paladin, and its equally draconic Drake steed was very upset at its demise. And there was also a summoned draconic beast of some kind that faded away as the druid hit the ground. But as we gather back, they will be probably doing that most ancient of adventurous traditions and looting the bodies. But before we get to looting the bodies, let us see who exactly is looting what, like what the names of the people doing the looting are. And today we're going to start with Q.
Okay, that's me. I'm Q, Dorian_Black on the Twitter places for however long that is. Playing Cole Igniades, a city dwarf, cleric of the Forge domain. devout follower of Ignia. You know, ancestor. Yeah, happy to be back.
All right. Justina.
Hi, I'm Justina. I'm playing Florenta Nikolai, who is a noble turned thief. She's a human, and she is a devout follower of money.
Money is a very important deity in this world, like all others.
Strong motivator.
Oh no, not the deity,
Strong
just the
motivator.
stuff. Just the stuff.
Sure. It's the face that matters. Anyway, Lion.
Hi, I'm Lion. You can find me at the Lion Knight 42 over on Twitter. You can find me here because this is kind of where I live, I guess. I play Abellis, the perfectly normal, perfectly fine, not unhappy, angsty, or frustrated at all high elf Sorlock, who is of two minds about everything.
Why is that? Why is
And
that?
Del.
I don't know.
Well,
Your turn.
You Del.
oh, yes, I am Del. Hello. I play Luca Sobieski, our resident Thembo, paladin of redemption, follower of Kaela, who also is great in the brain pan as far as everything goes. Completely no conflict whatsoever in regards to anything that we may or may not be hunting down. Things are all good here. You can find me on Twitter at digitalcrow_Del. It has changed. Yes, it has. But I am still Delirium is Delight, which is, you can find me on any of those other handles. I just felt like changing. It happens.
Rev.
Hi. So speaking of handles changing, I'll start off with that. The Thought Police have been overthrown. It's no more. We've rebranded. We're now Thought Punks, and there's no more weird underscores or anything. You can just find us as at Thought Punks on Twitter and probably other places very soon, considering how the Bird app is going, and that's a whole separate thing. We'll leave that off to the side. In this game, I am the lesser half of the best D&D ship ever, Coldy.
You take that back right now. You take it back.
It's too late. You're the better half. You're the greater half of this. I'm sorry. Just the way it is. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, pretty much I'm here. I'm here for Coldy, and also to play Oldie, the weird little halfling who's part of that. And you know, he's a usually semi-wholesome agent of chaos.
Usually. I'll give you usually.
As we transition into our actual game going forward, I would like to remind folks that if you really want to know who all these gods are we keep referring to, they are available in my Gods of Rega supplement. Shameless plug. I do keep coming out with supplements for this world we're building, so that, you know, they're helping me build by playing in it, which is kind of neat. So keep that in mind. But I return our eyes to the frozen tundra of what should in fact be early spring near the mountains, but is in the depths of winter. And our 6 friends, because they have with them at the moment Ivan the Ranger, an older gentleman, very big, solidly built Santa Claus type fellow. Very specifically Santa Claus from Rise of the Guardians, if you know who I'm talking about.
The best.
So, yeah, Ivan the Ranger is with them, but their buddy Kerberos is off scouting. So, as I say, we return to the frozen area, which is southerly of where they were before, and in Owlbear, we have the image of them just as they finish the combat, prepared to search the bodies and perhaps cross the frozen river. So there's that. Who's searching what?
I think we
Yes,
should.
Justina.
There you go.
Which one of them looks like they have the most expensive stuff? That's the one Florenta is searching.
We might be searching the same person.
That seems very likely
Aw.
that Justina, that Florenta and Luca are in fact searching the same person, as Luca's right there beside
Okay.
the
The paladin.
individual, the paladin that they smote, and smote quite successfully, I might add. And in addition, Florenta is very quick on her feet and hard to be noticed, so it's not like anybody's going to stop her from getting to the paladin's body. So that one's going to be very thoroughly searched. Cole, you were saying?
I was gonna say I'll go towards the druid.
Very well.
So this is fine.
All right.
I'm just
Other
gonna
than
keep an eye
the
out. I'm gonna let sturdy people and thievy people do the body searching stuff.
not entirely unreasonable.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason for me to go looting around in Colb's pockets.
There's nothing particularly hidden. They don't seem to have any, pouches or treasure. What would they buy? What other than the obvious weapons, which are well made but nothing significant, like the lance that the Dragonborn was carrying, all of the magic of it came from the Dragonborn and the Paladin aspects, not from any magic to it itself. It does, however, have another one of those gems on it, and the gem is oddly warm to the touch. And as a reminder of what gem I'm talking about, it's one of those. It's a piece of chalcedony. The only thing of note on the druid hole is that the sickle hanging at its belt appears to be finely made and have some draconic glyphs etched into it.
Okay. Magic. Hold on.
Given that Luca was, what was Luca looking for on the body? Just so I'll know which.
Just so you'll know what?
What was Luca looking for specifically while searching the paladin?
Looking the same thing that they were looking for last time, looking for a map, looking for any sign of their queen on them, like any sort of relation, or like if they're a paladin, so are they sworn to the queen specifically, or are they sworn to Nvidia? Like, I'm trying to see if they have any denotations of what kind of paladin they were.
It's non-magical and it's probably not worth a whole lot, but it does have a carved bone symbol around its neck of a white dragon's head, which would suggest that it's sworn to its queen rather than anything else.
Cool. Taking that. Everything else I don't care about.
Very good. Florenta, of course, since you're the one actually looking through pockets for expensive goodies, you're the one who finds the slightly warm piece of chalcedony.
All right. So is there anything special I can tell about this chalcedony? Is it like the other ones we found in the bag?
It looks identical to them, but as I said, it's warm to the touch. It feels a little uncanny.
There was another one that was like that, right? You said before?
Not a stone.
Okay, there wasn't another. So this one is distinct from all the other ones.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So Florence
Yes,
is going to go like, Cole, oldie, spouse of mine, do you know anything about the magic rocks that are warm?
I mean, I'm not trying to sound I don't know. That's a good question.
Also, Abellis, who has arcane knowledge, probably. I don't know. Do any of us actually have arcane knowledge?
Yes.
Not this. Not these
Oh,
guys.
I am
I'm
sorry
sorry.
I did not ask you to, Melf.
I'm a jack of all
Abellis.
trades. I'm a jack of all trades, so technically I have all of them.
That's valid.
Yeah.
Is anyone actually carefully trained in it?
No.
Who needs to know about magic things? Come on now.
People that cast magic, probably.
As far as Florenta is concerned, all of these other people know tons of magic. She's like, okay.
Well, yeah, compared to from her perspective, we're all super magical.
That's right.
It's true.
May I see it?
Yes.
Okay. Just gonna ritual cast identify. If it's magic, it'll tell me. If it's not, then it's not magic.
True. It is an expended spell gem. What it does is you can put a first level spell, either divine or arcane, into it, and any person can cast it from the stone.
Oh. Hold on. Yeah, sure. I'm going to put a cure wounds in that thing.
That seems reasonable.
Ooh, good plan.
Smart.
Yeah, just so he just looks at it for a moment, cups it between his hands, and then just sort of blows on it, and it warms up like from the inside, like a glowing coal.
Yeah.
And he'll hand it back to Florenta.
What
Hold
am I
on
to
to
do
that.
with this?
Okay. When you need it, should you find yourself or one of us in dire straits, use it and it will heal whoever it is you activate it on.
A handy healing magic rock. Thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting. Is that just how it works?
It's a spell gem.
Will it
Oh,
work if you
yes.
throw it at us?
Oh, that's a good question.
Jack, I'm assuming there's an activation word.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's
Uh,
like
You can
just
just
normal magic.
yeah, it's not hidden. You can just tell it to her.
Okay. There is an activation word, but you only say it and then it will work.
Oh,
So, generally, when you cure someone, you have to have your hand on them. So, I don't think throwing it would quite work. However,
A healing
if
rock.
you-
Just throw it at someone.
Well, the rock doesn't have
That's what
hands.
I
It
thought.
can't really touch anyone, so I assume it uses you as sort of a medium. In which case, your hand will have to be on them, and if you throw
at
it,
which point Florenta's like looking at it like, here, you can have this. She's
No.
gonna hand it to him.
he's just holding up his hand, it won't hurt you.
So you tell me.
It won't.
Also, Abellis, that's not true. If I throw that rock at you, you'll feel it.
yes,
I
but it
promise
doesn't
you.
mean it has hands.
It means it can't touch you.
The two of
All
you.
I know is that I'm a halfling, and I have heard the concept of a healing rock that I could sling throw at somebody. And now it needs to be invented. I will make it a thing if it's not a thing. If somebody's got to teach it to me, whatever it is, this is now my main quest in life.
Beautiful.
You just
Besides,
put healing. You just
Excuse
put
me.
healing word. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
All of this is very nice, but I should point out I am actually quite hurt.
Oh, well then. She just reaches.
No. That's an emergency rock.
I cannot use magic rock. You
can.
tell me it will not hurt me, and then everyone's only in emergencies.
No, Florenta,
Eh.
it's the emergency rock.
Eh.
You can use this magic. You need only say the word.
Mhm.
Okay.
Does it work again? Can you keep using it? Is it like a one and done thing?
No, it was already used. That's why it was still warm. So I just put a new spell in it. So it will, you just keep putting spells in it. And while he's talking, he's moving over to Ivan to heal him.
Very good.
To it.
And you, since you were doing identify anyway, and we know you're going to ritual cast it.
Yeah.
The sickle is a +1 moon sickle.
Gotcha.
It's a +1 sickle that also happens to be a druidic focus.
Lovely. So, the moon sickle is fine. Good craftsmanship. It is a basic magic. Heal everywhere. He heals 9.
All right.
All right. If anyone needs an extra weapon, does everyone have a magical weapon at this point?
No.
Great. Well, it's fitting. You do like the moon.
I do. The moon
Perfect.
is pretty sexy.
All right, cool. Well, now I know where, who all's getting which item, and I can just put it right on the sheet.
Don't give me that look, Florenta. The moon, I mean, he's a rabbit and he's a fox. And, rabbits and fox do a lot of that.
Oh, do they ever? You couldn't even begin to imagine.
See?
What? No, a story for another time, perhaps.
I don't know if maybe now actually because
No, we're quite busy. It's complicated and we're very busy and it's cold and it's not worth it. Later, another time.
Ivan, I think
Yes.
we need to find a place to hunker down for a bit. Yes.
That makes sense. I will see what I can do.
Okay.
There
So
is
what-
a fairly thick copse of woods over the next couple of ridges that we should be able to set up a lean-to in and be much less visible and protected from the air.
Good. That would be good. Does anyone else need healing right now?
Luca looks around at everybody else.
Right.
I'm going to give everybody a little hard stare. Because we're all a bunch of stubborn jerks who often won't say.
That's legit.
And I am actually trained in medicine. So I would like an opportunity to actually give people a once over and kind of.
Absolutely, go right ahead.
And that is a 23.
The person who's still pretty much the most damaged, I think, is Yvonne. I cannot remember how badly Luca is damaged because you guys were keeping track of your own hit points. Oh yeah, no, okay.
Abolus is pretty smart.
Express your hit points as a percentage, roughly, of your total.
Yeah, like a general fraction, whatever.
Bellis, if it's all right, I will instead express it through the medium of magical description. Bellis is not bloodied, but perhaps a touch bruised and tussled.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like he's on his last legs or anything like that.
Yeah, how's Luca doing?
Much through the theater of the mind, one might see while looking at Luca that they may or may not have been impaled by a lance, and may or may not have parts of their chainmail on their back, a little bit more exposed than they once were, and possibly covered in blood and bruising.
That's not
Okay.
Cool.
So, yeah, I'm not even going to tell anybody. I'm just going to walk up to Luca, gently put a hand on their shoulder, like, just like Oldie would do when talking to people, and be like, I'm not going to say anything, but really, and then, cure wounds. I'm going to,
I'll hear you, actually.
and that's 12 plus 5 is 17.
That's good. That's a good number.
And add 12 more to that because
you saw me doing the thing like I'm not gonna say anything to anybody, but seriously.
And Cole's like we can hear you. We are not far away. Just
I thought this was impolite to mention the hole in your back.
The sound carries very well over the snow, also.
It's not. Also,
and
put the bodies in a pile, leave them for the Wolverines.
It wasn't that I wasn't going to say anything. I wanted to make sure that other people were cared to first. I am perfectly fine to keep going.
Well, now you are.
I was to begin with.
No, you just wanted to be. A desire to have and to and the actuality of something are not the same.
Speaking of it,
let us not get into that. Let us walk and talk.
Yeah,
I will walk ahead because I know where I am going.
Great.
So, Abeles, I walk up to you and I'm like, "Hey, buddy, we're all gonna be just fine. I'm sure.
We're gonna be perfect." Don't.
You interrupt me before I can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just puts up a hand. Don't.
All right.
I not even healing magic.
Fine.
If it becomes an issue, I'll take a break. But for now, I am fine. There are the two of you big, strong warriors to keep me from being impaled by any lances. And I am not bloody, though perhaps a bruise here and there. I will be fine. I do appreciate the thought, though.
In that case.
Is this your whole issue with the gods thing, or is this a pride thing?
Hey, Box, help me
I
out.
think it's because he is a vampire. He must drink the blood of the innocent in order to heal.
Well, there's your answer.
And cast cure on yourself, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's cut. You can't touch yourself.
Some of my bruises go away.
And now I have the song stuck in my head.
Me too. All right. So you continue traveling south. You pass over the frozen river without too much difficulty, taking your time. You move south into the even more wooded hills and into wooded valley between some hills. Only takes maybe half an hour, 45 minutes to get into the position. And this is what the clearing you're moving into over on Owlbear. You can see the clearing that you're moving into. The blurred out section in the middle, covered by fog of war, is literally fog. It's a about a 70 30 feet across by 20 foot deep bank of fog just sort of sitting there, which seems not particularly reasonable. And there's a kind of around the edges of it and through it, there is kind of a fairly bright light shining from the other side, but you can't see behind it to see what's causing that light. but it's kind of a cold bluish white light coming from over there.
While we're on a walk to get here, I'd like to take my fancy warlock spell slots and convert them into sorcery.
Of course.
Butterfly.
Of course. But of course. Yes, Justina.
So upon seeing this fog bank, Florenta is going to try to hide and scout.
All right.
And I got a 30.
That would count as a pretty good hiding.
Nice.
So you can see where I have you initially popping up. I think that should be fairly accurate to what folks normally do.
Right.
Okay.
Or correct,
So
yes.
the easiest way for Florenta to move forward and scout would be to go right.
I would like to be behind Oldie as close to Luca as possible.
Acceptable. About there.
Perfect.
Good. All right. So, Florenta, you are moving down the pathway to your right.
Yes, keeping to the trees if possible.
Of course. You can get right about there to get a pretty clear look at things
Okay.
without breaking cover at all. Like you can probably make it across the empty space in your move and not break hiding. But you've got to you can peer around the trees there to get a good view, and it's a pretty solid stationary bank of fog. Everything in it and behind it is heavily obscured. You don't see any people. You do have a slightly better view of what's behind it than you did.
Okay.
Let me reapply my fog because I didn't quite do it in the way that made because you don't have an angle for this part.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. But as you can see, there doesn't seem to be anything to be seen down there, except that because you can see more clearly down to the southwest, down that angle. It's like the light is significantly brighter than torchlight, but at like probably the bit you can see is probably 30 or 40 feet from the light source. Whatever the light source is pretty much directly behind the bank of fog.
Okay, so I guess the last thing I'll ask to do on this turn is, can I move further around the like across that open space and keeping to the trees, of course, and see if I can just, like I said, get a better view as time allows.
Well, considering we haven't started an initiative yet, it's entirely possible, assuming even that we will, right? So
Right.
You said yet?
Yeah.
That might have been a slip of the tongue. All right, so you're heading this way, and there's actually a place through the trees here, little narrow view, right? And you can make it here and still be hidden behind those trees and get a pretty clear view of what's going on, right?
Yes. So do I have any better vantage point beyond the fog? Okay. That answers.
Yes. You still don't see any person or anything down there, but there is a brighter light. At the angle you're at, you can definitely see that at this angle, you're getting closer to seeing the light source. Like you're within the area of bright light from whatever the light source is.
Okay.
Which is interesting because it is mid to late afternoon. It's not dark yet. So the light source has got to be exceptionally bright to be showing up this much.
Well, I guess I will. I guess I'll try. I mean, is it possible to get any further around, or?
You can basically dart from tree to tree and hug the insides of the trees. The open spaces are just the ones that are actually completely open. As a small, not necessarily small, but agile and lithe thief type person like you are, you can certainly move between the trees. They're not so solid that you can't move around them.
Can I climb one of the trees
Uh,
to get a better vantage point?
None of these trees are really big enough to get higher
Okay.
than the fog. The fog's probably
Okay.
20 feet off the ground as well.
All right, then, yeah, I will dart. Do I need to roll for it?
No, you've not yet broken stealth, so we'll stick with your original roll.
Okay, excellent.
So
So
you're getting around to here. Is that about right?
That is correct.
Okay, now I need a stealth roll because a circumstance has changed.
Puts me at 25.
All right. Okay. Okay. There you are, and nothing has happened that you are aware of. However, over again to your right, behind the fog bank from everyone else's perspective, you can now see a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing sitting there, standing there, is a humanoid form. It looks both frozen and desiccated. It's wearing the clothing. It's wearing winter clothing, but the skin looks as if it's been dried and all the moisture sucked out of it by intense cold. But that's not the
Oh,
most
fun.
significant thing about it. The most significant thing about it is every inch of exposed skin is glowing brighter than a torch or a lantern with that disturbing blue-white glow.
Oh, fantastic.
And it does not seem to have noticed you.
Okay, I'm going to make my way back to the party
Mm-hmm.
and let them know what I have beheld.
All right. Yeah, making your way back along the same path. You know what to avoid and what it makes noise and what
Right.
doesn't. So you make it back and you have no difficulties.
All right, so I'm like, there is a frozen dead man who is glowing behind that fog.
I will point out that you are still only about 70 feet from said individual.
Okay. Well, I'm going to
So,
whisper,
Yeah.
speak.
Well, you wouldn't whisper. You would murmur, because of course whispering actually carries further than a low voice.
Right.
And as a professional thief, you would know that.
Right.
So based off glowing dead.
Yeah,
Got it.
there is that are there any religious stories about that, or
Yeah.
There might be. People with religion or who are bards can roll and find out.
Sure, yeah, let's,
I am both.
yeah, I'm gonna jump on that train too. Oh,
Okay.
that's very good. That is a 25.
Oh, that is very good.
Yes, I got
Okay.
21.
I got
Nice.
22.
Nice. Starting off strong.
Got a
everyone got-
13.
So everybody but Luca, who could roll, got over a 20.
Yeah.
Luca, you have no idea what this is. It sounds like a glowing mummy, a glowing ice mummy.
Sounds right to me.
That's right.
And to be fair, even for those of you who got over a 20, it's not entirely wrong. This is a creature known as a cold light walker. It shines light from its flesh. It died in the snow. It generally inherently hates everything alive. There's not really anything left to it of humanity or kindness.
Like
and
most
it
undead.
can, and it can focus that light on you to blind you.
Ooh,
Ah,
that is
real-
not good.
Real quick, we have a hydrate check.
lovely.
He'll hydrate.
Hail hydrate.
I need to remember to bring some water in here after break. I'm fine right now.
Miss Moon says mummies are dry. Time to hydrate.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
I would like
Absolutely.
to point out, didn't we get brought in here because this was like a place to chill?
Well,
Yvonne, we have a lot of talking to do about what your definition of chill is.
I mean, that guy seems pretty chill.
That's why I said
Well, you're-
definition.
You are very funny, Abelis, but this place was actually a good place with nice clean water in the middle, and it has never had been a problem before. All right, I'm sorry. I've stayed here many times.
You have offended our guide. You should feel bad.
I'm not offended. I'm kind of
I
upset
don't.
that the situation is bad when I led you here. Oh,
I'm giving him a hard time.
oh yes, sorry. I am very offended.
No, too late.
You know, Abos looks over at Luca and goes, you know, you brought this up, but somehow I'm the one getting a hard time.
I noticed that, yeah. Don't really feel
Is
bad
there a
about that
way-
either.
Is there a way to avoid this person thing, whatever it is? The dead tend not to have a lot of pocket change.
I would always prefer to dispatch and put undead to rest. And two, we know that this. I don't have the proper swear words in my head right now. Dragon is necromantic,
Yeah.
so we should make sure it goes away. That's my
That makes sense. Also, the dead thing and the fog are between us and the exits from the clearing that all of us can use.
And on the upside, if we take care of it, then we do have somewhere we can rest.
Right. I'm going to gonna take my shield, gonna hold it up like in front of my face, and I'm going to reach out to touch the fog.
You're going to move up to the fog?
Yeah.
Okay. So look at how far that is. I want you to.
Yep.
That fog is 35, 40 feet away.
Sure.
And that's if you walked straight, which you won't. You got to go around the trees. That's fine.
Sure.
Cool. Long as we know. All right. So around here, you get here. That's the close. That's the first place where you would come to the fog. Does that look right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. You reach out. You touch the fog. Everybody roll initiative.
That's what I thought.
While he was doing that, can I have rolled to do stealth? Because that's my thing that I
Yep.
do. I got a 28 with that one.
Okie dokie.
Now for initiative.
It's a good thing I have advantage.
I wish I had advantage.
Not that it matters much.
All right. I'm going to start at this time from Abelis.
10.
Sounds about right.
Arenta.
21.
That's
Either go
hilarious. That's what the system
first or
gave you.
last every time.
Luca,
12.
you rolled a 12 on both of them?
Yes.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Cold.
It happened.
I got a 15.
Oh, at least we're grouped together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oldie.
I'm moving with such blindingly fast speed you can't even see it as I go at a 4.
Oh my goodness.
It's good to know how fast you are. I'm just saying. It's important. Yvonne is on an 8.
Good times. Good times had by all.
He rolled
We're
with
so
advantage.
good at games.
He rolled with advantage and had a +4.
Yikes. Yikes, buddy.
I rolled with
Yikes.
advantage and I only get a +1. So I feel a little bit better.
Let's hope that this is where Lady Luck is going to do us raw on this and not, continuing.
Cole touched it first. I would like to point this out.
It's
Correct.
true.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And as such, there will be a thing that happens before Florenta's first initiative because it's actually what triggers the initiative.
Yeah, reactions.
As you reach out and touch the fog, your hand is mirrored by a humanoid hand that you just barely see coming at your hand in the fog that looks like that same sort of frozen shadow from before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Good.
So,
Oh no.
because you reached out to touch the fog and basically set yourself up for it, it is at advantage.
Okay.
But a 14 still doesn't hit you.
What's up?
Noise.
No,
You were prepared for something.
I was.
apparently.
I was prepared.
All right. Now, Florenta, it is your turn.
All right. Can I see whatever's trying to reach for Cole?
All you can see is the hand.
Shoot the hand.
All right.
Fair.
You have disadvantage. That counts against your advantage from being hidden, so it cancels out. So you will not have sneak attack, and you make a straight roll.
I'm within 5 feet of it though, right?
Correct. So you're not rolling with advantage, but you do get the sneak attack damage. Well done.
All right, then. Okay, so that is not bad. It's a 22.
That definitely hits it.
Kill it.
And so I get my sneak attack damage. I'm just going to pull up the dice roller.
Reasonable.
Yeah. So that's okay. 16. So that would be 23 points.
Nice. Yeah. You hear a kind of a hissing scream as it withdraws into the mist.
Not today, Satan.
So, Cole, you're going to be the first PC other than Florenta to act.
Cool.
But there are a number of things happening before that. So,
Okay.
all righty. That thing I did. All right. So the inside of the mist lights up fairly brightly, but of course that doesn't make it any easier to see anything.
Mhm.
And then the creature that Florenta described to you sticks its head out of the mist just to your left, or just to your right, Cole.
Mhm.
And it is in fact looking like it's peering around your shield because you put your shield between yourself and the
Yep.
and the fog. So I need you to make a DC 14 con save.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got a 19 on the die, so
You are absolutely fine.
yeah, we're
All right.
good.
Yep. It then tries to wail at you a couple of times,
Okay.
but you deflect it with your shield. Yes. Yes, Rev.
Oh, it's probably a good question for future reference. This is the surprise round. Can PCs take reactions during surprise?
It is not a surprise round. Only the first action was a surprise action.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So
Only the first action was a
if
surprise
you did
action.
get hit, I would have been able to use a reaction in
Absolutely.
response to that. Okay, thank you.
Question for you before we continue this.
Yes.
Is this the same day that we ran into the Wolverines?
Yes.
Cool beans. Dope. Just needed to know.
No reason.
Nope.
None.
All right. Another frozen shadowy hand reaches out to grab at you.
Okay.
They seem kind
Too
of,
many hands.
yeah, isn't it? It is an unreasonable number of hands for such a small space, but at least two of them are intangible. So and it still manages to fail to connect with you in any meaningful way.
Good, good.
Excellent.
We can only assume that this is because Cole touched it with the intention of starting shit.
Apparently, well, Cole, it is now your turn to act.
Great. Okay, so they're
Luca,
undead.
you're on deck.
They're undead in front of me. I have first level spells and really only like one or two of those left. It's fine.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's
Yeah, that's fine.
fine.
So we are going to. We're just gonna go ahead and do a little turn undead. No big deal.
I mean, that's a legitimate response.
Very.
Yeah, I thought so. So it's a wisdom save. DC 16.
Very good.
If they are CR 1/2 or lower, and they fail, they are destroyed.
Copy that.
Yes, it's holds up the hammer, which is multi-purpose, holy symbol, and also like actual weapon. It's like, go and find your rest.
Well,
Blair.
the shadowy hands are now moving in a way that is away from you.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Of course, they're higher than CR 1/2. Of course they are.
Yeah. But they are definitely moving in a way sort of fashion, or they will be, when they can move again.
Sure, let me, 'cause I think it's
Do
like
they move as a
reaction?
reaction on your? turn undead?
Let's see. It is. That must spend its turn trying to move as far away.
That's what I thought. So it'll
Yep,
when
yep.
it is their turn again, they will attempt to move. But you can
It's
tell it
true.
worked.
Right. Also, that range is 30 feet. So if there are any others hiding in the what you call it.
Well, there's nothing else hiding, but I'll just check the range anyway, just to be sure.
Thank you so much.
But of course, there's nothing hiding.
Right. Anything waiting in the wings.
Right. Yeah. The only ones you feel, because of course you kind of feel whether it worked or not, you feel the impact of the holy power against the undead. Those two you could feel it work on, and they are retreating. The Cold Light Walker, it does not seem to have worked on.
Okay.
But it seems to have worked on the Frozen Shadows.
Okay, that's fine. Bonus action spiritual weapon. I have at least 1 second level spell, so we're gonna go ahead and use that.
Very good. And of course, you get to use that immediately, I believe.
Yeah, that's a 25 to hit.
That will totally hit.
Fantastic. 28 plus my wisdom modifier. Yeah, that's 12 points of damage.
Yeah, because it hasn't had time to pull back enough to hide in the mist again.
Right. So, go to your rest, doesn't seem affected, turn the shield, and then raise the hammer up, and then the spiritual weapon comes down. It's just a hammer made of flame. Still does force damage, but you get the point.
Oh yeah. No, it got the dull side. It didn't have a point. It was a hammer. Hey, at least I make myself laugh. All right.
You know what? And isn't that the most important thing?
It is.
It's very
Luca,
important.
it's your turn. Abolus, you are on deck.
Okay. Things have retreated, yes. Is
It's kind of
fog
hard to tell
retreating?
for you. No, the fog is not moving.
okay.
Sorry, I started trouble. I needed to test something out.
That's perfectly fine. Yvonne, do you mind not participating in combat? You are still injured.
Okay.
Sanctuary.
Very good. Nice. Good choice. And I assume you're then going to take the rest of your turn to move up?
Yes. Shield in place.
Over here. Measure before you move. Yeah, that puts Luca about there, which will get you able to move up and past Cole next round.
Okay. And you only have one bonus action, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Mhm.
And
Just
only
making-
then if you have a power or ability that gives you said bonus action. Not everybody has one.
Okay. So Yvonne is staying back with Sanctuary on him.
Yep.
Keep him safe. And then I'm just gonna be ready in action to if any hands or feet or whatever comes.
Yeah, you can't ready an action, you just took an action. Or was Sanctuary a bonus action to cast?
Sanctuary is a bonus action. That's what I was asking if I could move
Oh,
more
very
than
good,
one.
very good. You can totally do that then. Yeah. Ready to smack anything that comes within your reach.
Yep.
Bad guys. All right then. Abolus, you are up. Yvonne is under Sanctuary, and so Abolus is followed by Old Blood.
Well,
All right.
it can't be easy, can it? Abolus is going to move up to be again adjacent with Luca, sort of moving in step with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's never simple. We can't just find somewhere to sit and relax and be calm. There's always got to be grasping hands or angry dragons or a king from eons ago. It's never just peaceful. I'd like to prepare an action as well, where if I see any nasties, I will be letting off an Eldritch Blast.
Very good.
Isn't Frosty the Snowman still got his head stuck out?
Oh, does he?
Not by this point.
Oh, okay. I thought. Let's say.
Basically, because you had your action right after his, he didn't move. He just stuck his head out.
Gotcha.
Because you had your action right after his, he hadn't had time to retract.
Gotcha. I thought it was very like, here's Johnny. I guess not. It's
No,
time.
although that was a very good visual for how it looked to you, and it was really disturbing with that glowing blue-white face.
Yeah, it was not fun. Did not enjoy. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend.
Would not do again. No thanks.
Are you going to go in there?
I love having control of my own lighting. Here.
Probably not. Probably not a good idea. I don't think I'd be able to see in it.
I'm inclined to agree. Well, we'll have to figure out something. We can't just stand here and poke them when they feel like it's worth peeking out.
Okay.
All right. So you're ready,
Yeah.
Oldie?
All right, so I'm, he's hiding in the mist. Everybody's prepared. So I'm going to try a thing. I'm going to whisper about how my hands are air and the air is my hands. And a little spectral hand will appear for Mage Hand, and I will touch the fog with the Mage Hand and see if something happens.
It does not.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, I'm just gonna stay close to people, and that's what I'm doing.
So moving up to the rest of the crew.
Yep.
Very good. By the way, Yvonne took a step back in, while he's also under sanctuary, he took a step back and disappeared into the underbrush. Because it's even better when you're hidden and under sanctuary.
Right.
Absolutely. As long as he doesn't attack anything or cast spells, then it stays up for a whole minute.
True.
And if Yvonne has spells and didn't tell us, we have to have a different talk.
You've seen him cast?
Yeah, he has passed
He
without
just doesn't. He has ranger spell. He just doesn't cast.
Yeah. He has
It's
ranger
not
spells,
magic
which are
magic.
barely spells. It's fine.
Yeah, that's not magic. It's not the same thing.
Wow.
Oh, all that pass without trace he's been using wasn't helpful, huh?
We didn't say it wasn't helpful. It's just not
said
magic.
That's not.
Wow.
It's not magic. That was the words that I used.
This is ranger erasure, and I'm not here for it.
Magical bigotry, my friend. Magical bigotry.
Magical gatekeeping.
Rangers are fantastic. They're just not magic. They're animal magic. Different.
All right, so one of the frozen shadows has. Luca is about the only one at the right angle to see that one of the frozen shadows is fleeing through the, fleeing to the south as fast as it can go.
Bye.
And that's pretty fast because it doesn't have to worry about things in the way.
Right.
Oh, that's gonna go warn someone.
It also, as it passed out of the mist and the sunlight touched it, it recoiled visibly and was very unhappy.
Oh.
Should we worry about that one?
No, probably not. They already know we're coming. We don't have the element of surprise.
Oh, I suppose that. Well, none of the ones got away. Oh, yes, they did. One of them ran off, didn't they?
They did.
That one.
All right, Florenta.
All right.
Okay, any visible combatants that I can see?
No.
Then I'm going to probably move to a move to a position a little bit closer so I have a better vantage point on Cole. And hold my action to take a shot at anyone who comes out of that mist toward him.
All right. So basically, you can get to like around that corner into there by going straight through the woods, kind of.
That works, yeah.
Yeah, since you're just moving and hiding and being prepared, you can take your bonus action for the. Yeah, you were already hidden. You can take your bonus action for the move, and then you still have your action held to snipe.
Excellent.
Cool. When something comes out, there's going to be a whole bunch of things happening at once.
Yo.
Yes.
Do me a favor, make another stealth roll, please.
That one is a 24.
All right. Oop. Hold, you can sort of hear the thing in front of you shuffle step and see the light move as it moves into the location that the frozen shadows were in before. It does not come out. But it does attempt to strike you a couple of times. It is heavily obscured, so it is hard to see where the strikes are coming from. It does have advantage.
Does that also provoke my prepared action?
Everyone who has a readied action to strike can do so. Keep in mind you will be at disadvantage because it is still an obscured target.
Not a problem.
As long as we understand.
Absolutely.
But your prepared actions will in fact happen before its attacks.
Okay.
Oh my. $15.
15 to hit?
Yeah.
Did disadvantage, right?
I did.
All right, so
You do hit, by the way, Lion.
Nice.
so then a 17 hits.
What about a 14?
Nope.
Okay, so only the first one will hit. That's still not.
Found it.
Finding the threshold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I crit.
Luca, you had a ready action to hit anything within your range. You're not up there yet. You moved 30 feet to get to the front of the group. You did not get up. You couldn't get up to Cole.
Oh, then never mind. Ignore me.
You don't have like
Sorry.
a guiding bolt or something?
No. I'm a paladin.
Right, yes. Your spells are just smash better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll work on that. I'll work on the magic thing
It's
for
fine.
you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. That's what we're
But
here
no,
for. It's fine.
Luca's just a
You do your
paladin.
job.
It's not
Yeah.
like it's magic.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Very that.
This is accurate, yes. Oh,
Glad we understand.
that is
It's not really it's not really magic. It's more like plucky, nice, suicidal idealism.
All right, so 15 what?
15 points of damage, and technically I can shove it away from
Well, wait.
It's true.
But wait,
I
there's more.
crit.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to make my reaction attack the last thing that
Wait,
resolves
You
it.
crit with disadvantage?
Got
Yeah.
advantage. That's
Well,
stealth.
I had advantage. It bumped it down
Oh, that's
to
right. You're
just a
canceled.
regular roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
good.
Fair enough. Like if you double 20, I'm just gonna give up and go home. Wait, I am.
You're already
As the
home.
person who has double 20'd on me.
I know what you're talking about.
I've also done it to my players, so it's fine.
Yeah, the same. It happens.
That's why he's
All right,
looking at me
cool.
like that.
What's your damage?
Okay, so I double it, then add the modifier, correct?
Correct.
Dice roll up.
Double the dice.
Yep. All
Dice
right,
roll
so 36 for the damage plus. Where is it?
Plus 6.
Plus 6, so 42.
Nice. It is the answer.
There's a loud crack as the arrow slams deep into it, somewhere in the center of its body, breaking a lot of ice. It seems to have been quite a significant hit, and doubly impressive considering you couldn't even see what you were shooting at. All right. So now it actually gets to go, having triggered, a barrage of barrages.
Question.
Does it still want to though? Like,
I mean, yeah, that's a good question. I was going to ask, considering it attempted to reach out and go after Cole, and my attack pushes it away. If it doesn't have reach, then does it still keep the action that will permit it to attack Cole?
It will, because it isn't done moving. It is
Right.
out of movement, and you can move at any point.
Yep, that seems
Yeah.
perfectly fair. Just wanted to check.
we just know that it's very determined.
Yeah, it rushed up. You slammed it back. It kept rushing up, effectively.
Oh,
Needs a
Oldie's
habit.
right there, right? It really wants to touch your boyfriend.
Ooh.
Uh,
And even out of 4 rolls, because it had advantage on 2 attacks, out of 4 rolls, only one of them hits.
Determined but dumb. It's
Excuse
okay.
me, on that one that hit, Jack, that's a reaction. That's silvery barbs.
Uh-huh.
So re-roll it, and then Cole will have advantage to use.
Fantastic.
So, as luck has it, as has happened a lot, Cole, you do get your advantage out of it. The
You
roll
still
on the
get hit?
reroll was a 19, so you'll prefer it to keep the original, which was an 18.
Okay. Let me sure it'll
still
hit
has- yeah.
anyway. That's fine.
It gets advantage.
That's right.
All right, so yep. All right, you will Cold, you will take 12 bludgeoning and 14 cold.
Okay.
That's bad.
In addition, it will go ahead and take its bonus action to shine bright light in your face for a DC 14 con save.
Excuse you.
How rude.
Cool. I got 14 exactly.
You're fine. As the bright blue-white light shines all over, you're like, whatever.
Right.
I have fire for hair. I see
Right.
myself in the mirror every day.
Right. I'm looking at bright, fiery metal all of the time. This is nothing.
Good try though.
All right. And Luca, you get to see yet another one of those shadows just kind of go elsewhere very rapidly.
Where are they going?
No, we're good.
Away. That's
Sure.
it.
Away, away, we don't want to be here no more. That would have worked better if I said don't want to be here no more. Dang it, I hate when I get the scansion wrong. All right.
So this dude all up in my face.
Mm-hmm. All right. At this point, off to your left, Cole, what looked like it was just a large icicle dangling down from one of the tree branches sort of unfolds itself into a kind of small gargoyle-ish figure made of ice and flaps in your direction about 15 feet and stops. I need you to make a dex save as it inhales deeply and blows cold at you.
Awesome.
It does not like you.
No, certainly not. So I had an inspiration from last time. I'm gonna go ahead and use that.
Sounds legit.
Nice.
Oh wait. Never mind. I'm not gonna use the inspiration because I already had advantage. From Olden.
Yep. From the Silvery Bard.
From everybody. So that's an 18.
All right. Yeah, you take 3 cold damage.
Nice.
Ouch. I just have to say, all these people we keep running into are so rude. We even politely knock and then just...
Right. All I did was go tap, tap, and they were like, hey.
Yeah, just...
you, buddy.
Ow.
It's true. It's true.
Very rude.
The crazy old drunk running out of their house with the shotgun. No solicitors.
Get off my lawn.
Perhaps they were aware that some of you were here to spread the good word.
Oh, now it's our fault. Well,
I
it is
see.
my fault. It is my fault. You're right. It was my fault.
I mean it is, so
I said it was my fault.
good. I'm glad we're on the same page. Does anyone know, by the way, out of character, does anybody know whether or not I used my bardic inspiration last time? Because it's not crossed out on my sheet.
I don't remember you using it, but my memory is also super.
I'm pretty certain you did not, and it's my opinion that matters the most, so you're good.
You know what? That's valid. Okay. Because I normally cross it off my sheet if I've used it so that I know.
Right. Yeah, no, you're good.
They've
Nice.
always sing those happy songs.
All these songs are top tier. Get out of here with that nonsense.
All right. Cole, it's your turn.
Great. All right. So
Luca, you're on deck.
we're gonna bonus action hit the frozen gargoyle thing with my spiritual weapon.
Legit.
All right, that's a 21 to hit.
I've put the construct. I put it on the table as a construct right there, since it now has a space separate to yours.
Cool beans.
What'd you get
13
to
points. 21.
That absolutely hits. 13
Cool
points.
beans. 13 points of damage.
Yeah. It is whatever the frozen gargoyle equivalent of bloodied might be from, shattering bits.
Cool beans.
Rubble-ish?
Yeah, but not completely. It's just got cracks.
Hence the ish.
What are you doing?
Owl bear will not work for me. Please stop.
All right.
sorry.
And then this dude man guy in front of me, we're gonna hit him with my hammer.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, it's a 23 to hit.
That'll do it.
Cool beans. Does the hammer do anything to undead? I don't really know. It did.
Well, you roll your damage normally, and then I'll tell you what else.
Okay.
I love this game.
All right. That is 10 points of damage.
All right. You do an additional 5 radiant.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah, brother.
and it squeals like it's halfway between the sound of a pig squealing and the sound of air coming out of a tire super fast with a little bit of snake hiss to it.
Oh. That's all together is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a bit much.
Yeah, I didn't really expect anyone to like it. That's not what that description was for.
Good. Great. Then we're on the same page.
All right, Luca, you're up. Abelis, you're on deck.
Okay. Can I get to whatever's hitting my buddy?
Absolutely. It is, in fact, only 20 feet to whatever is hitting your buddy.
Cool.
And the direct
Wait,
line
here.
puts you between your buddy and the ice gargoyle thing as well.
Cool. I want to be next to Cole.
Yep.
Because I need to be able to do interception if I need to.
Absolutely.
We're gonna go ahead and bonus action for divine favor on my sword.
Mm.
Since I've seen the lovely glow of radiant damage to make it make a funny noise.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna see if we can do that again.
That seems legitimate.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, Oldie.
Oh, just pointing out that Abelis got advantage in the chat.
Oh. And we have another
nice.
hydrate.
Oh, and we have a hydrate.
Nice.
You could give advantage to the fog or to the villain, either one. I don't know. It'll be fun for you to figure out what giving advantage to the fog will do, but
Not necessary.
well, you can do it.
Don't do it.
Also, thank you, Todd.
That is
Right?
most appreciated.
Oh,
both.
nice.
Fog
Fog now has
21.
advantage.
Oh, good. These points are really coming in handy. I'm so glad we have them.
They are.
This can only go well.
This will go wonderfully.
Indeed.
21 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
Excellent.
Are you smiting?
Yeah.
What do you got left?
So I can do. Let's see.
I just don't remember if you have a second level left or not.
Oh no, I saved I'm not going to use the second level. I have 1 second level left, and I'm saving that for possibly Mr. Doom and Gloom and if we end up fighting him, maybe he just wants to be friends, and it's an extremely misunderstood situation of which we are trespassing.
All right, so you're smiting the cold light walker then with a first level spell. All right,
just a first level.
That's still 3d8.
Yeah.
Plus the 1d4 from
Divine Favor.
From Divine Favor.
That is 23. And then I have another attack.
You do have another attack. Would you like to use it on something else? As you may describe to me how you destroy the cold light walker.
Ooh. Love it. So they're just kind of going up, not walking. We're not doing the villain walk, but striding up, hand across the blade, lighting it up with the divine favor, and then just coming down to strike and going straight through the back.
Very good.
Hopefully turning into a nice, lovely dust. Perhaps it glitters upon doing so.
It does. It does indeed glitter, and it spills out to either side of the fog, which oddly is unaffected. It is as if this creature doesn't have anything to do with the fog per se. But it's gone. So
Sir, you could have just gone home.
you have 10 feet of movement left, and you can move before and after and in between attacks in 5th ed. So you could step up and take a swat at that ice gargoyle.
That sounds like a good plan. I like this plan.
All right. Roll it.
Yeah. Uh, 21.
That's 10 more than you needed. So you hit it.
Nice.
So good.
Huh. I can math. Give me 1 second.
Is it 7s again?
Yes. It's my bane.
They hate those.
Good. Hold on 1 second.
Both of them, both Luca and Del.
I'm so sorry.
You're making me laugh. Hold on. 17. Jesus, I can math.
It
We're fine.
shatters into tiny pieces. And half the mist disappears.
Ooh.
All right.
As Luca's sword goes through it, they just kind of smile back to Cole. I figured it out and I don't even know magic. Look at that.
I'm so proud of you. Find the other one.
Zone in.
Mhm.
Perfect.
All right. It is Ablis's turn.
How's everybody looking?
I've looked better.
Anyone else?
Luca looks proud and also just fun.
Fantastic. All right. Well, Abolus is going to close the distance between himself and Cole, sort of avoiding the little bits of broken ice shrapnel that once was whatever that thing. Good job, Luca. Well done. And then, almost reluctantly, Abolus is going to rest a hand on Cole's shoulder. And he's going to go, friend, you have certainly looked better, but I applaud your stamina, if nothing else. Take a breath, collect yourself. Even here in the cold, the vigor of spring is with us. And that last bit, as he says it, you see bits of like brightly glowing green envelop his hand and sort of flow into you. I am going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level. And as I do, I would like to expend sorcery points to twin it. And we'll also be targeting myself. So we would both be the target of a
Very clever.
Cure Wounds. So that would be 2d8. All right. Yes. So I'll go ahead and let's see what we get for this.
I love that expression.
It's perfect. It's exactly what I've been waiting for. It's perfect. Okay, that's not bad.
You're not sus, you're sus.
Mogus.
So much healing available in this party.
Yes.
Every single caster in the group has healing.
Surprise!
One of you is a caster.
So 19 points of healing for both myself and Cole.
Nice.
And you feel rejuvenated, reinvigorated, like when you get that first deep breath each day on like a perfect spring like morning,
Mm-hmm.
and the tips of your fingers, just for the barest of moment, chill, just for a second. And then he takes his hand off and he looks over and he goes, "All secret." And
We're talking later.
It's the bitter
Absolutely.
afternote. That's what it is. That's what that cold is.
Mm-hmm.
and
Just
then
a little bit.
I think that is where I will end my turn.
Very good. So if you choose at this point, you can drop out of rounds. There is
Mhm.
nothing actively attacking you. The two remaining the shadows are fleeing.
I think it would be good to sort of step back away from the fog and then settle in.
Hmm.
The tree cover is thick enough, we should be fine.
Oh, yeah, Justina.
Can Florenta look around for another of those icicle things?
Yeah.
Oh, you could try
Okay. What do I need to roll?
perception.
Okie dokie.
I don't like this.
Oh, that's all. 25.
Hey, yo.
There are probably, you've got a really good perception. You look around, there's probably 10 or 15 icicles just as big as that other one that turned into a gargoyle.
So I'm just going to start shooting icicles.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. All right.
Until something screams, I'm going to keep shooting.
Amazing.
Oh boy.
All right. Do me a favor. Roll
Yes.
1d20. This isn't a roll to hit. This is a roll to see which ones you're aiming at.
Gorgeous. Love it.
Okay,
love
I got
it,
a
love it, love
17,
it.
this first one.
Okay. It's one
Am
shot.
I adding anything to this?
No, you're not going to miss them.
A 19? Shit. Okay.
Okay.
A 16.
Okay.
What is up with your dice luck today? Good Lord.
A 14.
Okay. You've shattered 4.
And another 15.
A 15.
Or a 15. Yeah.
Okay. When you hit the 15, because that was the single number on a d20 that would have hit the right one.
Okay.
Hell yeah, brother.
Because those weren't rolls to hit. That was randomly
shit.
choosing your targets. Now you rolled a hit.
Okay.
Do you wish to engage in combat?
You wish to engage in combat.
That's a 17 on the die, and then
That will totally hit.
okay, excellent.
Do not, however, get sneak attack damage.
Yeah.
Because you hit other
There's-
icicles first.
Yeah. And it knew it was coming. It was just hoping she wouldn't. aim
Maybe
at
not
it.
me.
As you can see where it is you could see where it popped up on the map.
Okay. All right, so that is a 12 points of damage.
Well, its immediate response to that is to scream in anger and dismay and move toward you quite rapidly.
That's not good.
Can any of us see it coming? Can we
can
see it
see it
coming? Can we
coming,
react?
But
Can we
yeah,
react?
it's going to get an action before you can react.
Okay.
Because it, split second between she's shooting icicles to
Mhm.
Sure.
Yeah. Upon the first opportunity, Abellis would like to pepper it with butterflies of death and misery and suffering.
well, I'm sure that there are several people who would like to do things,
Yeah.
and everyone will get their chance, probably.
Probably.
Well, it might die before we all get to kill it.
All
I
right,
have
so
no range,
it
so
it actually flies straight at Florenta. Unlike the other one, it doesn't try to breathe on anybody. Flies straight at Florenta and strikes with both its claws.
Okay.
And it hits with both.
All right. What's my damage?
The horrific, terrifying amount of 6 slashing and 4 cold. Total.
Nice.
Oh, that's actually not so bad. All right, awesome.
That's correct.
oh, buddy. It's okay. We all had a big day.
We did. Yeah, time for big naps.
I need to point out that if these were undead, your turning would have worked. These are CR 1/2.
Oh, you mother mugger,
But they're not
bitch.
undead.
yeah.
So now you just need turn gargoyle, I guess.
Turn construct.
They're not
Okay.
constructs or elementals.
Are
Mm.
they living spells again? Or
No.
just straight up? Okay. Okay.
We'll handle that when we come back from break.
Cool.
Because you'll be able to recall, take a second to think about it.
Yeah.
All right. So, let's go ahead and get an initiative roll from those of you who want to take an action against this thing.
Mm.
Other than Justina, because Florenta actually shot it already.
Gotcha. 14.
22.
All right.
Would I be able to do anything like distance wise? Would I be able to even get to it?
Depending on how long it lives. Like we're just yeah, no, actually I think you wouldn't be able to get to it and do damage because your distance from it right now is 45 feet.
I may not get a chance to act, but I go on a natural 1.
Fair.
I'll roll initiative so I can at the very least get closer. Maybe it'll survive a turn.
Mm-hmm.
I go on a 3.
Did you roll with advantage?
No,
And they are ready.
not that it matters.
You rolled the same thing
Are
again?
you kidding me?
No, this is what happens.
dice are
every
bonded.
time. You gave me that shield and it's pointless right now.
The dice are bonded.
Look,
what
that's
it
not
is.
my fault.
It's unreal.
Anyway,
I need 3. Give me an additional advantage and watch. I'll roll something different.
I can't do that. Sorry, Del.
I mean, you can. You're the GM.
I can't do that.
It's a damn
saying.
fog.
Or Del. Anyway. All right. So 14. It's a 22 actually. Abolus is first.
All right. Well, Abolus seeing
Did you
this.
just say Abolus is first?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It can
Hey,
happen.
you should mark this down.
Gotta happen at least once.
Right.
Someone has to put Abolus first, even if it's just the DM.
Wow.
Don't worry. I'm
Lucas
sure at
freaking
least
chopped
one of-
liver, obviously.
I'm sure at least one of the villains will put you first.
Oh, no, don't love that.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first
Anyway.
off, excuse you.
Right. Rude party of you. Go ahead.
So, Abolus sort of thrusts his hands out, and I'm going to use Eldritch Blast on this thing with both of the beams. I know, quite surprising. That is a lot. So that's 24 and 18.
Those both beat the 11.
Mhm.
Wonderful. So that will be so 8 and 12 for a total of 20. And then I'm going to quicken an Eldritch Blast.
You
And
really don't
Don't need
have
to.
to because
Oh,
it
good.
explodes. Uh,
Yeah.
Florenta, make a dex save, please.
Yeah.
Okay. $16. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, never mind. 21. All these bonuses make me feel like I'm cheating. Jeez. Okay, go ahead.
You
We're
take
built
three
for
whole.
this.
You take 3 whole points of cold damage from it exploding and etc.
Nice.
it's just like Bellis has it's almost like bits. If you've ever watched Gundam, it's just little butterflies that sort of encircle him, and he thrusts his hands out, and they just and each one of them sort of whittles away at it.
Mhm.
And then it explodes, which
Uh,
didn't have anything to do with what you did. It had to do with how it
Yeah.
reacts to dying when
Right.
it isn't. No,
It does not
radiant
react
damage.
well to dying.
Sorry about that.
It's
Hmm.
all right. Yeah.
And now that we have resolved that, because that's when the fog disappears,
Wonderful.
Hooray.
leaving a
Yay.
beautiful pool of water in the
Ooh.
center. Looks like it was a well at one point, but it was, the sides were broken down.
Mhm.
Beautiful, clean pool of water at the center, and there are no more monsters in the area. And that is when we will go to break.
Woo!
Yay.
We're
Yay.
gonna take around 15-20 minutes. Go get up, stretch, get some
Okay.
water, do what we're gonna do. Y'all should do that as well. Go get water, go use the bathroom, stretch,
Thank
go
you.
tell your friends about how amazing this show is. Do whatever you'd like. We'll be back. See you soon.
Wow! Wow!
Bye.
prowls around the streets all hours of the night, just like an animal. Maybe he's the vampire.
Now don't start any gossip with that, Kringle. Heaven only knows where it might end.
Bullet hit the bone, broke it, I guess. He's bled a lot.
We're back. Hello, y'all. So nice to be back after our little break. Luckily I didn't miss anything at the beginning, so I don't have to hold up our gameplay, and I can just throw things immediately back to Jack.
Excellent. We resume our adventure with the fog having dissipated. You can still hear the fragments of ice tinkling to the ground, while there was a puff of dust and some of it sparkling from the frozen body of the Cold Light Walker when Luca destroyed it. There are also bits of corpse near the water. And as you all gather up, you're looking around, getting prepared to get set up to settle in. And as luck would have it, I guess you were all looking away for just a moment or something, or so it appears, when a little old woman with bluish white skin is just standing there by the pool, leaning on her long white wood staff. There's steam coming off of her, but it's like the opposite kind of steam, not like she's hot, but like she's colder than the environment.
Normal, definitely normal. Love that.
Rev, you're muted.
I am going to try to handle this in a non-violent manner. I am going to use my last first level slot to cast Comprehend Languages. So whatever I say, she can understand me and I can understand her. I'm going to say, "Oh, hello. Are you well this evening? Is there anything we can do for you? How are you? Just a general trying to be friendly greeting."
I will point something out. Comprehend Languages allows you to understand any language you hear. It does not allow you to speak languages.
Right. That's
What language are you speaking in?
Okay, I'm just going to throw this out there because I'm going to kind of make a random choice. So people influence my random choice. Common or primordial?
Try primordial first.
I was going to vote for common.
Yeah, I
Common.
voted for
Primordial
common.
is like screeching weirdness.
Yeah.
Don't want to frighten someone.
Okay, so I'm just going to say it in common then. Yeah, just regular common tongue then. The regional trade language.
Which, of course, is based on Old Reagan.
Yep, so I hope she understands me.
I'm fine, thank you. And she wanders over to the place where the various pieces of body parts from the long desiccated corpse have fallen to the ground and begins to pick them up and eat them. And the way she eats them and the relish with which she eats them is disturbing on a visceral and inhuman level, to the point that you actually all need to make wisdom saves.
Oh, cool.
Am I a wise Thembo? I can't remember.
15.
I got an 18.
All right.
19.
Nat 20, 25.
Very good.
Why is that where my 20 went?
14.
14. Okay. Lion, what did Abelis get?
15.
All right. Everyone except for Florenta
Oh, no.
made the save.
Oh, no.
Florenta,
Yes.
for the next minute,
Mm.
You are frightened, incapacitated, cannot understand anything anyone else says,
Oh no.
cannot read, speak gibberish, and wander erratically around. You do get to
Oh.
save again at the end of each of your turns.
So Thursdays. All right, got it.
I do find this interesting that it was Florenta simply because she is the most normal out of all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And this is a very abnormal thing for a little old lady to do.
So, hey, Jack,
Mm-hmm.
can I do a roll about whatever the fuck she is?
Yes, you may.
Same. That would be a good thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would
And-
like to do the same.
Okay.
Hang on.
Applicable.
You go ahead and roll. Everybody try Arcana first.
Okay.
I can't.
The DC is quite high.
Cool.
I can't
Cool.
try Arcana. I'm not trained.
Right.
I mean,
Oh, neither am I. Yeah.
I'm gonna go over more than one. So Arcana first. You're not trained in Arcana, are you, Rev?
No, I have Jack of all trades.
Yes, I know that. So you'll get to check if, but if are you trained in nature?
No.
Okay.
uh-oh.
Is anyone else trained in nature?
That's a negative, Ghost Rider. I got history and religion.
All right. You can use religion. The DC will be higher. You can use Arcana. The DC will be higher. Nature would be the lowest.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna
Religion, I roll a 30. It is not a natural 20. My
Oh
bonus
yeah, no, very good.
30.
What'd Cole get?
I only got 21.
All right.
23.
You're not 100% certain what it is, but it's Cole, but it's something Fey.
Gotcha.
Oldie has run into things like this before, although not this exact type. It is a hag, technically both a giant and a Fey, even though it's not big. This is a Bur hag. A hag of
A
winter,
what?
specifically. A Bur.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna come
Like
out and say
casually,
it. That's fucking weird.
Hey, be polite.
weird for you. It's normal for me.
I can understand that. That goes again. Does it taste good? Is it tasty? Is it?
It looks delicious for her.
At least it was properly frozen.
Oh.
Right. Well,
I mean, the wandering little girl probably tastes better.
Right.
we should probably
So
gather
you
her.
you liking the weather lately? I mean, it seems like it suits you.
It's my kind of weather, but it's the wrong season. I was asleep.
Mm.
Yes.
So it's like disruptive to you.
Yes, it's rude. There are seasons. They exist for a reason.
Right.
There are
So-
winds in control of those seasons. One of them is probably very, very angry right now because it's a season.
To be fair, I can tell you with some level of confidence that it's very easy to set her off. It's yes.
That's true, but she's still not she doesn't have as bad a temper as the north or the south wind.
Ah, yes. Well,
Although everyone's temper is worse than the west wind.
So, it is, as a matter of fact, that we're on our way to fix the broken seasons.
Oh, good. Then I can go back to sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
So, just want to be clear, like, you wouldn't mind if we took a nap here, would you? Like if we just set up camp, drink a little fresh water.
You plan to kill the dragon?
Yeah, that's exactly what we plan to do.
All right. You have my blessing.
Awesome. Fantastic. By the way, I'm Oldie. What's your name? Or what name would you like me to call you?
You may call me Bera.
That's fair enough, Bera. Nice
Is
to meet
Oldie
you.
your name?
It's a short part of one of my names. It's what people call me. Yeah.
I'm feeling particularly kind today, so I will warn you. Never give your name to a fae. You won't get it back.
Yeah, I'm aware, and that's why and I apologize for making that misstep, but quickly corrected myself and asked you what you would like to be called.
Yes. If
I
I did give
apologize
you
for
my name, I'd have to kill you to keep you from conjuring with it.
Yeah.
What if you gave it to somebody who doesn't know magic?
The name itself is magic, dearie.
Names, we could talk about this later, Luca, but names have power, and nobody knows that as well as people like our Fae friend here.
Also, you shouldn't call me that. I can use that word. That's our word.
I apologize.
I'm a folk or one of the gentry. You're rapidly using up my kindness, and it is limited. I am a winter courtier, after all.
I thought we were calling you Bera.
You totally can call me Bera.
What's
That's
a
what I
fair
asked
folk?
you
Is
to
it
call
because
me.
you're pretty?
But you can't call me the F word.
Fair
Right.
folk?
No, that's the
Fair
one
folk
we
is
can
all right.
use. The
Yes.
other one.
Fair folk, gentry, kindly neighbors.
My grandmother
kind.
called you the good neighbors.
Yes, that one's acceptable.
Yes.
Okay.
Because if
Lucas.
you call us good
Florenta
neighbors,
is kind of chewing a pine cone.
Lucas,
we're more
can you
likely
get Florenta?
we're more likely to be good neighbors if you call us good neighbors, you see.
Can I would like to try and gently push the pine cone out of it, like a cob of corn.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, I think as this conversation is happening, Abella very subtly sort of makes their way over to Florenta and just sort of puts a hand on the pine cone and sort of guides it down. There we go.
Yep. You are able to keep Florenta from actually biting into the pine cone. She seems fairly suggestible. By the way, what came out of her mouth was more like, it's good neighbors.
Mm,
Yes. Very insightful.
mm,
I'm sure Bera understood it.
right.
She certainly responded as if she did. And you
Right.
seem to understand her. You don't seem to understand anyone else in the clearing.
Everybody else is just talking gibberish, but we're probably talking about something magic.
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
can I get a religion or history or nature, whatever you think is appropriate, roll to think about the trinkets and monies and stuff I have on me to, what would be polite to accidentally drop or such as an apology?
Dropping a couple of silver coins into the well would probably be appropriate.
Okay.
Because she's almost certainly a fae associated with the well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am
you
going
already got a 30 on the roll, so I don't need you to roll it again to know.
All right. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to quietly and discreetly fiddle with a couple coins on the edge of the well, and then oops, a few of them fell in.
She kind of looks at you sideways and nods approvingly.
Your kindness and patience is appreciated, Auntie. We will make sure to stay out of your way.
Oh, you are such a beautiful boy. Thank you.
But I have questions.
All right. I'm listening.
Cole, why are you shaking your head? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Oh, he's just shivering in the cold, I'm sure, dearie.
Oh,
Of course.
I'll warm
should
him
put
up.
on a jacket. It's a little bit cold. I get that. Do you want to hold the sword for a little bit?
No, I'm fine. I'm gonna start setting up camp.
Please make sure the fire is well away from me.
Of course, Auntie.
Oh,
You had questions, dearie?
what's a fair folk?
We are the Sylvan people. We are the expressions of the elements in between gods and mortals, sort of. Kind of a step off. We're whimsy and dreams mixed with elemental power. We're like if the wind suddenly decided it liked to dance, sing, and smile at you, while just as likely freezing you cold. We're not as alien as elementals, and not as nice as celestials, and most of us are not as bad as fiends. Most of us.
Sounds like my mom. Do you know anything about the Spartoy?
I do. They were made very early. After the others, after the elves were first, and then the dwarves, and then the halflings were next. No, it was the humans that were third, and then the halflings. The halflings were last because Vulpos and Lunos thought the world needed more joy and fun in it, and the dwarves were so serious and all. And the elves were so dedicated to their cause. But even when the elves came, we were here because we were part of everything, rather than being something made to take care of it, we're something that was born directly from it. We're kind of like part of Father Telus's immune system. Kind of. Or his dreams of an immune system. It's complicated.
So you've been here longer than anything that's walking around and like
anything that isn't also one of us or a celestial or a fiend. Yes. We saw the dragons get made. What?
You saw the dragons get made?
Yes, the dragons were made after the world because Telus woke up immediately after the big hand clapping event.
Like you personally?
Yes.
You look really good for your age.
Well, thank you, dearie. I've looked this age since I sprang spontaneously into being.
Can you change your shape? Is that a thing?
I mean,
not that you would want to.
Many of my particular kind, well, not quite my particular kind. Okay, many of the kinds that are similar to me, the ones of us who look, how do I put this? Dignified and older. That's a euphemism for being an old hag, sweetie.
Oh.
Right. We, a lot of us can change shape. I don't bother. The winter is what the winter is, you see. And I work for his imperial assholishness, the North Wind, as much as I do for Father Telus.
Is that at least like a decent job? Do you get good benefits?
I do what it is in my nature to do. And yes, I enjoy what it is in my nature to do. So I suppose that is a benefit. I don't actually have to do a job. My job is to be.
Lucky you.
He's very bitter about something.
That's your job too, Abeles, but we'll get to that at a later time.
Not all of us had to have our feathers clipped, boy.
One day.
Speaking gibberish,
he'll be
but
listening.
understandable by the Fae, he had his feathers clipped?
Shiraja!
No, more like, Nord in your human.
Open, bleeding, globing, globing. Oh, yes, dearie. But that is not my story to tell. I spoke overly in haste.
Yes, you did.
Of course.
Would you like
good
some
mother.
tea?
Abeles, how about we go help Cole set up camp?
That's all right.
No, dearie, you would have to heat the water to make the tea, and I don't like that.
You like cold brew tea?
If you make the water cold brew tea, it will in fact be an ice cube. I have water. Thank you.
I just didn't want to consume dinner without. It seemed rude.
Can
I
I?
don't know.
Sweetie, darling. My big, strong, beefy, wonderful person that you are. Not only would you taste amazing, but you look good too. But the point I'm trying to make is I just ate. You watched me.
Oh yeah. Oh no, Florenta.
I tried to
You
tell you
should be
before.
snapping out of it around now, by the way.
Ah. Mm.
Florenta, are you okay?
I am recovering. This is what I am doing. I am recovering.
Of course.
Farah, to be entirely clear, with no obligation and entirely offered freely, would you like some of Vulpus's ale produced in frosty fashion?
No, thank you. Oh, by the way, just because I say thank you, don't get confused. Don't say thank you to me. It's rude.
That's the part I remember.
Anytime you say thank you to one of the fair folk, you're implying that whatever we did for you is so unimportant you can pay for it with nothing but words. And also that you owe us at the same time. It's common.
Right.
Yeah, don't get into debts. That's complicated too. Justina, do you need a drink?
Florenta.
Florenta's like, yes, drink would be good. Drink.
Right. Yeah, I will make a mug of extremely strong ale.
Good.
Volpos,
Good.
please give something to warm my friend and clear her head in a manner of speaking.
Luca will move over to Abelis and just kind of try their best to whisper. They're pretty good at being quiet when they want to be, obviously. Just kind of whisper to Abelis. Do you think I asked enough questions that anything that Florenta said didn't get her in any debt?
As far as I can tell, as long as we proceed the way we have been thus far, we should be able to counter debt free.
I'll proceed in asking them questions.
Perhaps better to keep it short. We do have other things to do.
You're no fun.
Well, that depends on who you ask. There are many who'd agree with you, and twice as many who wouldn't.
Me,
And-
I'm asking me.
So, so that you're aware, the Burhag is normally considered for, I believe it was, again, it was just Oldie who remembered, but a Burhag is known to be fiendish, mean, and evil. However, they're not fiends. They're not opposed to the gods. They're a mean and evil part of nature, sort of like a mean and evil expression of nature. And
Like honey badgers.
the instinctive way that all of you who didn't even know what was going on kind of treated her with the deference due an old woman was exactly the right tact.
Yeah. Well, it was like I kind of had an inkling of what sort of thing she was, and I was like, we are not prepared for a whole other thing. I'm going to go with my plan that the friendship will learn them and hope.
Good plan.
Yeah, listen, you
Luca's
see an
always
old
got
woman,
your back.
right? You see an old woman appear in the like out in the middle of nowhere. You should show respect, otherwise you will end up dead. That's just the rule. It's fine.
Yeah.
Whether it's a human, a
We don't
goddess,
make the rules. That's just how it is.
Mhm.
Perhaps this would be a good moment for everyone to go and show Cole has what he needs for his fire. Flower fire.
I would recommend 2 things. Get a good rest while I watch over you. In gratitude for your kindness to an old woman. And think to yourself what kind of weather you would prefer for the rest of the day and possibly into tomorrow. And then come back and tell me.
okay.
I don't know which kind of weather will help you, you see.
That is something we will have to talk over. Absolutely.
Excellent. I'm going to go sit over here, and you can go sit over there, and we will politely ignore one another.
Be comfortable and enjoy the night. Just as a quick note to everybody, once we walk away, I will quietly pass a few of my silver to everyone and suggest you drop it in the well as we're setting up camp by it.
Abellis is going to ensure everyone has walked away and not leave yet.
Mm-hmm.
Luca
Does
will
everyone else-
take a look and make sure, like, eye contact. Are you good? And then they will go.
She leans on her staff.
Don't worry, I won't take too much of your time. You know, it's... What was that?
I owe you something small in return for my discourtesy.
If nothing else, though distant it may be, I suppose we are in some small way cousins. And so squabbles are to be expected. Though I would appreciate quite a bit, no additional debt or favor offered, if we did avoid those sort of petty jabs in the future.
I can't guarantee it, but I shall try. Winter is nothing if not tea.
Well, with any luck, winter will be far from me soon. And then
Oh, I agree. I'm tired. I had just settled in for a good summer sleep.
I believe it. We don't often find ourselves crossing paths, now do we?
No.
Have there been other disruptions here?
I think you know the answer to that. They're not all weather, they're not all seasons, but yes. The Crown's Wake.
Yeah. Troubling. Though, I suppose if it wasn't for the crown, I wouldn't be here. So, there's something.
You'd still be somewhere, boy.
Nowhere that I
This is
want.
a better place. This is a better place than many.
It's all a matter of perspective, isn't it?
For someone like you, this winter will end. There are many places where it would not. And wouldn't that just kill your soul?
I'm still trying to figure out if it's already dead.
Tell me. Child of Spring. Are you above ground?
Is that a request?
Don't tell me that. Tell yourself. Are you above ground?
And if I was?
You're still green and growing, then, aren't you? You've tripped, but you haven't been cast down.
You know, for one of your ilk, you're quite optimistic. I would say it's hard to argue I haven't been cast down. A flower may be plucked from the ground and still not find itself buried.
This is quite a distance up from where those that are condemned get thrown. Tell me, or yourself again if you wish, Child of Spring. Is life, new life, such a curse? Such a punishment?
I will think on it.
Good. Now go away and let an old woman rest.
Enjoy your rest, daughter. And tell your parentage I say hello. And he'll turn on heel and sort of walk back to the ground. And as he does, if they're still like assembling the like firewood or whatnot, no, you're good on that. Y'all are good on that. Okay, I think he'll still. That's fair. I think still as he passes them, he'll just sort of wave a hand, and with prestidigitation, he's gonna turn the fire. Without even, he doesn't stop. He doesn't look at them. He just sort of waves his hand and keeps going.
Once he comes over, Luca will pass them a ration, since obviously he's not going to eat what they have.
Hey, hold on. I have a thing. Sorry, that was aggressive. I apologize. I have a thing.
It's fine. Mine was aggressive too. It's okay. We just want to make sure he eats.
No, for sure. We're also doing that. So effectively taking the rations, like the jerky, and the hardtack, and we're just gonna put it in a pot, and we're gonna make something happen with it. I have seasonings and
Right.
because
You're gonna make an adventurous trail stew.
Yep, absolutely. None of it will have been touched by, divine magic.
Yvonne will help gather some,
Tubers. Give me some tubers.
some possibly a few tubers, although, you're on the wrong side of whatever ocean for anything like potatoes.
Sure.
But he will also bring acorns,
Hell yeah.
which are completely edible once they're processed properly.
Yeah.
While he's cooking, I'm going to do the same thing I did with everybody else and come over to you and pass you like a few silver coins and be like, you should go drop these in the well.
We have an understanding, she and I. But I do appreciate the thought.
We're all staying the night. We should all,
We have...
lose a few things down the well. Please humor me. See,
His money's no good here.
She would be quite upset if I did.
Nope. All right. Nope. We're good. She said it. We're done.
Let's please not upset her. I would rather we not upset her.
No, she said no. She said no. We're done. We're good.
Though I do suggest the rest of you still follow suit.
Yeah, like I said, I went around past. And it's like tried to press them into your hand, and be like, go drop, go lose these in the well.
As you're getting settled in, you get the stew made, you're passing the stew around, it's starting to get dark. That's when Kerberos makes his appearance. He's a little bit the worse for wear, not a lot worse. He looks like he might have gotten in a scuffle or two, but no real problems.
Good.
Buddy.
Says, sorry. It goes quite a bit. It's like 10 miles around, like 10 miles from its point, which I think is that way about no more than a mile and a half.
As he's talking, Luca will come up to him and clap him on the back, and grab his hand and put some silver in it and just kind of listen as he's as they're walking towards the well, and just tip his hand over the well so he could drop the silver in and then take him back to the fire.
He flicks his eyes over at the old lady.
Yep, that's Bera. Just ignore her.
And his eyes widen very slightly, and he nods.
Yep, and Luca will just direct them back towards the fire.
Yep. Thank you, Luca.
Okay. So
there are monsters all over this area as well. I avoided most of them, but there are things of ice and snow that I have not seen outside of the high mountains or quite a bit further north that are coming here now. There is at least I would expect a full tribe of my people headed this way soon. We are on a time limit.
Yeah, the sooner. First light.
We need to rest.
I also need to rest. I have been running a lot.
Kerberos, I'm sorry to tax you even by asking you questions a little further, but
all right.
We have the ability to decide what the weather will be when we leave in the morning. you know the lay of the land better than anyone because you've seen it. Do you have at least a couple of options, you think, or is there a particular thing you think is going to be best? Like, are there little like dips and veils? Like, would fog be good to like hide us, or is that going to be more harmful to us? Do we want it to be like bright and sunny so we can see? Like, what do you think is going to work best? You've lived in this land, you've seen the lay of it here. I'm asking
There are a couple of problems either way. If there's bright and clear, there is open land between us and the hole. And Ivan says, he's right about that. There is at least one spot where we'll have to cross some open land, although not a great deal. And if it is bright and clear, then dragon.
Good view of us, yeah.
On the other hand, many things can lurk in the mist that otherwise could not stand the light of day.
Spring. It should be spring. The dragon knows we are coming. We're not hiding from it. Not really. Especially not now. It's aware. It knows. And at that point, instead of sneaking, hiding, we need to make a statement. It revels in the frost, in the winter. It revels in the cold. Nothing. Spring offers the opposite. Warmth, light, life. Yes, it will see us. Yes, it will be more difficult to traverse open spaces. But it will not be prepared. It will not be expecting. It potentially be more thrown off kilter than anything else we could offer.
Warm sun showers.
Yeah.
It might make the
No.
land a bit muddy and ugly for us to some degree, but I can't imagine that warm rain will be good for all the frosty things.
No.
I think
Water
that
can-
that balance. I will defer to especially Cole and Luca on the muddiness and versus.
It won't be muddy. It will be ice.
Yes.
Mm.
There's still too
That-
much snow
that-
on the ground.
I think they're right that the water is going to be difficult, regardless. When you said sun shower, I was thinking showers of sun.
Yes, as
And
was I.
maybe that, right? Maybe that. The beginnings of spring. I agree with Abelos there. I think.
To
Yeah.
just like warm, just like a warm thawing day.
Mm-hmm.
Those happen in
ones-
the middle of winter sometimes, anyway.
It's the
I
ones
just,
that
I just
peek
like to
through.
remind you who is making the weather happen, and so we need to be very clear and kind of specific when we choose.
The end of spring.
Beginning of spring, end of winter.
I disagree.
Why?
If we
I
go to
don't-
the end of spring, we are entering a territory of heat. Winter, as Cole was saying, there are days that it comes and days that it goes, and there are times where you may feel that touch of spring in the dead of winter. It's not going to jar her enough. We want the heat. We want the sun.
We can
We want to be
we can
seen.
decide what symbolism we would like to attach to it. And that's an argument I'd love to actually have. It's interesting to me, but I think we should be more concerned about the specifics of the day itself. Because even the early spring, I've traveled quite a distance to get here, and in those travels, I've seen that the spring can be quite erratic in places. And so you can have suddenly hot days in the early spring, like one of those first good thaw days. But
I think you.
we can argue that later. But what I'm concerned about right now is like what specifically, how do we want to describe the day?
A hot, clear, sunny day.
I think you are mistaking me. I am describing the day. The days at the
that's
end
fair.
of spring are some of the hottest days there are before the dead of summer. I don't want to stretch the powers of Vera too far.
That is why I was perhaps against going the end of spring. She is a child of winter. Now, if she would be willing to ask the other queen, the other auntie, then perhaps.
I don't want to get into those politics personally.
No,
And
we certainly do not.
Okay,
certainly not,
but
but
saying.
however, I understand what you mean, Luca, and it's not unreasonable, but we need to hedge our bets, as it were, as far as
You don't.
what
Actually.
we will ask her.
She's standing right over your shoulder.
Oh God!
You don't actually.
What?
The Summon Court cares about what you say and how things look. We care about what you want.
And she turns and walks toward the well, stripping her ragged gray-white robes off as she goes. And as she gets to the edge of the well, she breaks the white staff across her knee.
Oh, shit.
And flowing up from the base of the well is this rush of sunlight and greenery up her legs and skin. And as it rushes up her, so does youth. Until by the end,
Yo.
she is a truly beautiful nymph with long green flowing hair, like a mixture between the waving leaves of an oak in summer and the motion of a deep forest pool. And her eyes are the same, and her skin is this deep chestnut brown. And she is as beautiful, mind-numbingly beautiful, as the other was grotesque. And she raises a hand to the sky and says, "It will be as you need for one day. For one day, it will be as warm as spring can be. Finish the job."
Of course.
We will.
And then she steps into the pool and vanishes. And that is where we will end the session.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Bruh.
Thank you, everyone, for hanging out and watching this absolutely amazing cast handle the strangeness I hand them in the Successor States of Rega, the Shadow of the Dragon. Whatever the opposite of Murder Vagabonds is, that's what this crew is, and I'm pretty happy about it.
It's the power of friendship.
Accurate.
Indeed.
Gonna learn everybody.
Yeah, friendship gonna
So
learn everybody.
we're going to go around the wonderful little circle as we describe our way out of a paper bag. Dell, start us out.
Cool. Hello, I am Dell. I have been playing Luca Sobieski, our resident Thembo, also known as possible Captain Jack Harkness. Need the more flirtation options. Flirted with an old lady today, and she turned into a beautiful woman. Happens sometimes.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It'd be like,
You can it does. You can find me on Twitter at digitalcrow_Dell. It has changed, but other places I'm still Delirium is Delight, and I'm still listed as Dell Deliriums or Delirium is Delight on other places as well. I appreciate all of you guys for coming and being and just existing. So appreciate you.
All right, Hugh.
Oh, hi, that's me. I'm
Yes.
Q, Dorian_Black on the Twitterverse. Currently cosplaying as an Among Us crew member. Definitely not an alien. Don't even worry about it. Not sus. And I've been playing Cole Igniades. Apparently the fire starter, the starter of shit. Here to have a good time. Love you guys. This has been a blast as always.
Justina.
Hi, I'm Justina Revolution. You can find me under that name on Twitter. Also, you can find me on Mastodon there. That's kind of a weird place. I run scary games. I write scary stories. And I was playing Florenta, the very confused thief who really has had about enough of magic. Thank you for
That's
watching.
fair.
This poor baby. This poor.
So it's a rough
All right.
I'm
ride.
an adult now, and I need an adult.
9 cones for dinner.
Hi, I'm Rev. I write things for Thought Punks at Thought Punks on Twitter. And about this session, I just want to say that I gotta have words with Luca because like some on a good side and some on the bad side. Like on the bad side, like I don't even remember what it was because the good side overwhelmed me at the end of the session. It's in my notes. I'll find it later. The good side is that like Oldie's just gotta be like, yeah, Luca, you're just right. You're always right. Because Luca was like the end of spring, and she's like, doesn't matter what. By the way, yeah, a fair warning. It doesn't matter what you say. We only care about what you want. The fiendish Fae said that to Oldie, and you should take that as the warning that it is. That's his path to the dark side. I'll pass it on. Have a good night, y'all.
All right. Well, I'm gonna handle my own outro and then I'll hand it off to Lion because it's his channel and he often has things to say about a bunch of stuff. But I am and have been Jack Kellum, Jack the Giant Killer, specifically at Jack Giant Killer at dice.camp over on Mastodon. Because we have no idea what's going to happen with the tweet zone. But I am still at the moment at Jack Skogsbane on Twitter. And I also have my own YouTube channel and my own podcast and all these things, and they're in my pinned tweet on Twitter, and they're in my drum link, which is in my pinned tweet on Twitter and in my bio, and can be found on Mastodon as well. And you can find me all sorts of places. I run games that people seem to like, and I make content for those games that people seem to like. And if you like what you're seeing of the successor states of Rega, there's more of it on Drive-Thru RPG, and there will be more of it in a couple of weeks when I publish the monster book called Lucis Naturae, which subtitled Archean Abominations and Perils of the Peninsula. It actually goes on a bit longer than that because the actual author, Vindus Aristides, is a little he's a little windy, and I just translate for him. Anyway, I will go ahead and pass it over to Lion now.
Hi, I'm Lion. You can find me at the Lion Knight 42 over on Twitter. Soon you'll be able to find us elsewhere because the tweet bird is potentially burning. But you can also find me here at Tales from the Table Studios, as I am one of the unique creatives behind the studio. And we have a couple announcements before I throw a bunch of appreciation and love at everyone. Actually, no, I'm going to do that first because I like doing that. Thank you to the amazing cast and our incredible GM for being here, because y'all are amazing, every single one of you. Thank you to the chat for being incredible and hanging out and being a part of this, because seriously, y'all are blowing up that chat so well, and I love it. And I love every single thing that happens. Hashtag Coldy forever. Also, if you like what you've seen here, there are two things you can do. First, if you want to hang out with us, talk to us, ask us why we did things, why we didn't do things, see how we came up with the character ideas we did, or the world itself. All of these amazing people, myself included, and some incredible world builders, and some incredible role players, and some incredible game designers, and just awesome people are all available on our Discord. You can join that down below in the About section. We have a link. Feel free to use it. We'd love to have you. We're organizing some community games. We'll have some other stuff. Yes, Jack.
If we're not on there when you get on there, you can always at us, and then we'll know that you wanted to talk.
Yeah,
And that could be
absolutely.
What's your plan? Do that.
We'll come looking.
Heck
That's
yeah.
one of the cool things about asynchronous communication. It's a thing that can happen.
Facts. Yeah. Feel free to ping us with any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts that you have. We love to have them. We love to engage. We're always happy to have y'all. Also, if you've been enjoying this, you can go over to our Ko-Fi. We have a number of different membership tiers that you can choose from, which offers some cool stuff like naming NPCs, naming locations, monthly raffles for original characters complete with art. If it's in a system that one of our amazing people understand, we will put that character together for you to the specifications that you would like. We're also adding some other really cool stuff in the next couple of months. If you would like to support us but don't have the ability to join one of those memberships, that's okay. You can still check out our Ko-Fi, because we have a bunch of free cool stuff. We have Chloe wants to know if the fog can be named. Can the fog be named, Jack?
Its name's dead.
Well, the fog as an entity was, in fact, two different things. The fog itself was created by the ice methods, but the entity that actually got the advantage, you should be very thankful you didn't fight the hag, because she's the one who was given an advantage.
Oh no!
Well, it's a good thing that didn't happen.
So bad.
You can find a bunch of cool free stuff over on our Ko-Fi, maps, updates on our shows, on some other projects we're working on. Tales Tuesday also is now being hosted on Ko-Fi. That's going to be starting up again this Tuesday. Tales Tuesday is a event that we run at Tales from the Table Studios, where we write a story and then allow you, the readers, to vote on the outcome. And then we continue it the next week from there. We've had some pretty cool stuff happen so far. We're in a post-apocalyptic post-apocalyptic steampunk rebuilt setting. It's going pretty cool. It's an interesting start, and y'all get to choose the direction, which I think is awesome. We're going to be back on Monday. Yep, on Monday at 8 p.m. for A Crumbling Foundation, an SCP-themed actual play. So come check that out. That's episode 2. Episode 1 is available video on demand, and on Sunday will be available on our YouTube, which is also pretty awesome. Yes, please come check it out because it's amazing. Yes, Jack.
Which reminds me, I need the last episode. I think I got the last episode of this, but a week after these episodes air, they also go on my YouTube, just by the way. So
Correct.
You can always catch up on anything you've missed, either here on VOD while it still exists, or back over there where we will be holding it forever.
Correct.
We don't Tales from the Table Studios doesn't have anything in Friday in the afternoon, right?
Not presently, no.
Well, considering what we were talking about, I wanted to make clear. For the future, just so you know, I will be streaming on Friday by myself for a few more weeks, doing building for my worlds and for my monsters, just like I stream on Sunday doing world building at 2 p.m. Both of those are 2 p.m. EST. But upcoming, sometime probably near the beginning of the year, there's going to be a group of us streaming on Fridays at 2, some content called Myth and Monsters, where we take monsters from myth and folklore and either rebuild their stat block to make it right or build one if it doesn't exist with guests who are either from that culture or experts in the folklore we're using.
Nice.
So good.
Hell yeah.
Where can they find that, Jack?
They can find that on my Twitch channel of Gods and Gamemasters, 2 p.m. EST. Again, that should be at the beginning of the year. But right now I'm still, you can feel free to stop by and work along with me on my work streams as I build monsters. People have found out some interesting things that they would otherwise have to buy my supplements for that way. So
accurate. It's great streams. Definitely do check it out. With that, we'll be back on Monday. I just did this. We'll be back on Monday with a Crumbling Foundation and SCP themed actual play. We just had our premiere this week. You can find the episode on our video on demand, and on Sunday it'll be available on YouTube, so you can check it out either or and join us on Monday for episode 2. And then we've got DTA coming back on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. EST, and I believe we're off this next week for Rega, so we will not be back on Thursday. But if you are on our Ko-Fi, if you happen to have a membership, you will be able to next Thursday catch the drop of our latest behind the scenes talkback episode. So definitely check that out. With that, I think that's just about everything to cover. Thank you everyone for being here and for sticking around through this long, drawling diatribe. Have a fantastic night.
You're very welcome.
Remember to take care of yourself. Love yourself. We love you. And always remember to tell your tales. Have a great night.
Bye.